All right, here we go. It's men's finals day, and it's very rare, but it does happen that we have finals of big events at the same time, and that is where we're watching. What we're watching today. Queens Club looks like it's going to rain, which is fine because we've got 2 matches to watch anyway. So, whatever. But Hella and Queens Club starting at the exact same time. So thanks, tennis. Appreciate that. Alcaraz versus Lehecka. Bublik taking on Medvedev. Lehecka beat Draper to get here. Alcaraz beat RBA. Bublik beat Sinner to get to the final and along the way. And Medvedev took out Zverev. So these two guys taking out the top 2 seeds to get to the final. So very deserving of being here. So here we are. Hey, thank you, Casper, for the 30 months as a Tier 3 member. Appreciate that. It's going to be on Tennis TV, bro. It is on Tennis TV. Both matches on Tennis TV, bro. But here we go. The finals of the 500 grass events. Let's see. Bublik's never beaten Medvedev. Lehecka beat Alcaraz earlier in the season. So let's see if anything happens. 6-0 in favor of Medvedev in their head-to-head. Bublik is saying that, I think he said yesterday that it's the only Russian player he hasn't beaten yet. So he wants to get that one. And Alcaraz is trying to get that revenge on Lehecka, who he was taken out in Doha or Dubai, one of those two earlier in the year. Medvedev trying to break a 2-year title drought as well. There's a lot going on, and Alcaraz obviously trying to win Queens Club for the second time in his history. But also, Alcaraz is trying to win his 4th grass court title. That's insane. How is that even a thing? How has he won 4? Like, how is he about to win 4 grass titles, Alcaraz, at 22? I mean, he's probably the youngest player to win that many grass court titles. I mean, let's be honest, right? Maybe. I mean, maybe Boris Becker was younger. I don't know. But he's got to be up there as one of the youngest players to win 4 grass events. Maybe not, because grass used to be everywhere. Maybe not. Definitely the youngest in the last 20 years. At least that. Maybe the youngest since like 1990. All right. First time Medvedev and Bublik are playing on grass. And first time Lehecka and Alcaraz are playing on grass. 3-2 in favor of Alcaraz. Is the 1-1 is the head-to-head. Last match was Lehecka winning in Doha. Back in February. Yeah, Leighton won a lot of grass court events at young age too. True. Maybe the youngest player since Hewitt. Okay. All players warming up the serves. Bublik to serve. Lehecka to serve. Thank you, Sithis, for the Prime membership over on Twitch. Appreciate that. Thank you for the 2 months over on Twitch. Okay. Here we go. The ATP finals at the same time. So we all have to pay a lot of attention. All right. Bublik serving first to Medvedev. Let's see who wins. Tell me the result, chat. Who's going to win? Give me some predictions. Who you got? I'm going to go Medvedev and Alcaraz. They're my predictions. Medvedev and Alcaraz are my picks. So let me know who you got. All right. $15. That backhand goes in the net from Bublik. And it's 15:30, Medvedev's first game of the match. Chance for a break to start. All right, 15-30. Serving to the back end of Medvedev. Return goes back into Bublik. Drop shot is good, but Medi's going to get it. But Bublik volleys it down the line. Medi slices it. Bublik volleys it across court winner. And he gets a 30-all. All right. Lehecka's going to serve first. Who you got, Chad? You got Lehecka or Alcaraz? Yeah, Medi hasn't won a title in 2 years. He also hasn't won in Halle, so maybe that's a good thing. Because he only wins events that he wants per city. As Alcaraz slices in the net, first point goes to Lehecka, 15-love. Hey, Mia, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. Thank you. She's not listening. 30-all, backhand to backhand rally. Bublik slice. Into the back of Medvedev. Bublik backhand again. Down the line of the forehand Medvedev on the stretch. Bublik on the attack. Hits a forehand long, and it's break point for Medvedev. 30-40. 30-40. Has a serve from Lehecka's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. And the forehand of Alcaraz. Return to the back of Lehecka. As Alcaraz wins a point. 15-all. Bublik 30-40. Break point. First game. Serving to the back. Forehand of Medvedev. Return goes into the forehand of Bublik, who hits a drop shot. Winner. Beautiful shot. We get the deuce. We get to deuce. All right. 30-15, an advantage for Bublik. As Bublik holds 1-love in the first game of the final. All right. 30-15 Lehecka. Serve to the front of Alcaraz. Return goes to the front of Lehecka. Alcaraz forehand to the front of Lehecka. Alcaraz slice. Lehecka comes in with a volley. And it's too good. Too good. 40-15. Just too good. 40-15. 40-15. Serve again from Lehecka to take the first game of this final. Lehecka serves a fault, second serve. As that goes out by Lehecka on the forehand, and it's 40-30. All right, 40-30. Lehecka serves another fault, second serve. As the return goes out by Alcaraz, and it's 1-love Lehecka. First game of the final. By the way, Medvedev holds 1-all. All right, 1-0 Lehecka. All right, Alcaraz to serve. In the back in Lehecka, return goes out. 15 love. Bublik is a great player. I think it's really funny how you wrote it like that. Ha ha. That was a good one. You wrote it like the bad, like the rude one. Ha ha. That's really funny that you did that way. Like, you're really funny how you wrote it with like the double O. That's funny. Ha 15-0. 15-0 as we to serve from Alcaraz. Bublik holds, by the way, 2-1. And to the backhand from Alcaraz. He comes to the net, backhand Lehecka down the line. Alcaraz with the volley. Too good. 30-15. 30-15. Took me a minute, but I get the joke. Yeah, it was really funny. All right, 30-15. Alcaraz trying to hold. 30-15. 30-15. I wish Zverev never wins a Grand Slam unless Medvedev has 2. Okay. 30-15. Lehecka in the net. 40-15. 40-15. Alcaraz to take the first game of the final for himself. 40-15. As Alcaraz serves a let. As the return goes in the forehand of Alcaraz. Alcaraz in the net. And it's... No, it was in by Alcaraz. Sorry, my bad. Lehecka hit it long. All right. 1-1. Alcaraz holds. One second, chap. What is it? You have 12. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on then. Go on. Go 12. Go on. All right. 15 love. Lehecka serves. Into the back of Alcaraz. Return goes short in the front of Lehecka. He puts it away. 30 love. $30 love. Also Bublik love 15. Hands with a serve again from Lehecka. Into the back of Alcaraz. Backhand from Lehecka in the net. As Lehecka 30-15. Trying to stay in front. And here's a great serve. 40-15. 40-15. Also, Medvedev's got 30-15. All right, 40-15. All right, that goes out by Lehecka. And it's... All right, 40-30. As Lehecka serves again. As the forehand goes into the backhand of Alcaraz. Alcaraz hits it wide, and it's 2-1 Lehecka. Mods. 2-0, by the way. Medvedev holds. Thought this was a grass tournament. Why Carlos playing on clay? I have no idea what you're talking about. Lehecka will demolish Alcaraz. Okay. If you say so. All right. Bublik serving 15 love as he hits that one out. 15-all. As Bublik, great serve out wide. 30-15. As Bublik, great serve. 40-15. Clouds look so dark over Queens Club. Uh-oh. As Bublik serves an ace, he stays in the lead. 3-2. 3-2. As Alcaraz serves a 2-1. An ace out wide. 15 love. Clouds in the UK always look like that. By the way, chat, if I did this, and just because, like, I'm just tired, man. Like, I'm so tired I'm just over it. I'm getting real tired, you know. But if I did this, whoops, and then did this, is that fine? We just leave it like that, maybe? That's good, yeah? We just do that. Is that fine? Just so we can, like just relax and, like, is that good? We good? All right. 30 love. I mean, it's just tiring, man. It's it is real boring. It's real, like, grinding, you know. 40 love. Hey, Boris Becker's in the house in Hella. That's cool. As with a serve into the net from Alcaraz. Second serve. All right, 40 love. Into the backhand from Alcaraz into the backhand of Lehecka. Alcaraz forehand to the line. Great shot. 2-0. All right. Let's focus on 10. Yeah, exactly, right. I feel like if it doesn't bother people, then we'll just do that, just so people can Just relax, buddy, you know? I think it just stops people from having an excuse to talk about, you know, the bad shit that's going on in the world. You know what I mean? So maybe that'll until something else comes up where we can complain about that. I think that's probably the best course of action. Love 15. Medvedev, by the way, says the next out wide, 40-15. By the way, to the guy in the chat that's been complaining for the last 3 hours, can you are you good now? Is that good? You good? All right. 40-30 Medvedev to stay in front. All right. Lehecka, 30-15. As he hits back in the net, 30-all. 30-all. Medvedev levels, by the way, 3-3. God, chat, now I'm bummed out. Three all. As the return goes to the net, 30 all goes to the net from Alcaraz on the return. 40-30. Lehecka to stay in front. God, chat, I wish we could just have... Can we just watch the finals and enjoy it? Fuck. Coming here with your politics. Bumming everybody out. Are you happy now? You ruined the vibe. Serve out wide is a fault. Second serve. Bublik gets the point, by the way. 15-30. Backhand goes in the forehand of Lehecka. Backhand of Alcaraz, the forehand of Lehecka. And Lehecka gets it out. We get the deuce. Thank you, Robin. Appreciate it. We get the deuce. Bublik, by the way, 30-all, trying to stay in front. As the return goes into the forehand of Bublik. Medvedev backhand. Into the forehand of Bublik. Into the forehand of Medvedev. But Bublik hit the ball hard. Medvedev defending well. As Bublik hits a drop shot. Medvedev gets with a slice. Bublik with a forehand pass. Medvedev volley, but Bublik's got it. 40-30. So advantage Alcaraz to take the break here in the first set. Nice serve down the tee, though, from Lehecka. We get back to deuce. All right, back to deuce. Lehecka staying in, trying to keep this lead. Bublik holds, by the way. As we return now to the forehand of Lehecka. Lehecka gets a winner. Advantage Lehecka to stay in front. Advantage Lehecka. A fault from Lehecka. Second serve. As the return goes in the net from Alcaraz, and Lehecka leads 3-2 in the first set. All right. 3-2 Lehecka. Sinner has lost his accuracy and has been relying on a lot of second serves. He lost one match one time. Fucking hell. He lost to Bublik. Bublik's in the final right now. He lost to the guy that's in the final right now. He didn't play for 3 months. He got banned. Like, what do you want? What do you expect? Jesus, chat. Come on. Think a little bit. Just use your brain. Just use your brain and just think a little bit. He didn't play for 3 months. He's only lost to Alcaraz twice and then Bublik this week. He's lost his accuracy. He's lost it. What are you talking about? He made back-to-back finals after a 3-month break. He's going to be rusty. He didn't lose a set until he played Alcaraz in that final of Roland Garros. And then he lost to Bublik on grass. Like, Bublik's in the final right now. What are we doing? What are we doing? Just think. Why do I have to explain it every time? Why do I have to spell it out? Come on. Why do I have to spell it out every time? Come on. Just think a little bit. Love 15. Bublik could win this whole damn tournament. And then what are you going to say? Oh, Sinner sucks. He lost to the guy who won the tournament. Oh, that sucks. He's terrible. Love 15. Medvedev slices it back. Bublik, forehand. Winner, love 30. Love 30. Chance for Bublik to break. Love 30. As Medvedev serves. Into the back of Bublik. Return goes into the forehand of Medvedev. Bublik forehand is too strong. Love 40. Which two matches should I watch? Both. You should watch both of them. All right. Bublik with break points. Love 40. As we return now to the forehand of Medvedev. Bublik backhand is a winner. Bublik breaks 5-3. All right, 5-3. Bublik serving for the first set here. I'll tell you what, I appreciate the speed at which Bublik plays. As Medvedev hits it in the net, 15 love. Are you defending Sinner? Yes. Do you have a problem with me talking well of Sinner? What's your issue with Sinner? Do you have a problem with Sinner? What's your problem? 30 love. As Bublik serves down the tee. An ace, 40 love. Bublik to take the first set. 25 minutes to set. Love this speed of tennis. This is great. Love this. 40 love. Bublik to take the first set. And he does win ace. Bublik 6-3 in 26 minutes. All right, Alcaraz levels at 3-0. Lehecka hits along as love 15. All right. Love 15. Yeah, that was a fast set. 9 games in 26 minutes for a Medvedev match? That's unheard of. Medvedev's Zverev took like an hour to play one set yesterday. Minimum an hour. Return goes in the net from Alcaraz, and it's 15-all. Only 2 break points in that first set, by the way, and one of them was broken by Bublik, and that was it. Return goes out by Lehecka, by Alcaraz for 30-15. Lehecka serves a fault, second serve. Second serve into the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand now from Lehecka. Down the line's a winner. Beautiful shot, 40-15. Is tennis fixed? Yep. It depends. If you gamble, it's definitely fixed. If you don't gamble and you just enjoy the sport, then it's not fixed. But if you gamble on it, then yes. Either that or you're a bad gambler, and that's impossible. There's no way that you could be shit at gambling. 40-15, there's no way. It must be fixed. It can't be you. You can't be the problem. No chance. Boris Becker taking photos. 40-15. As the forehand goes in the line, the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand slice from Lehecka. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Lehecka backhand. Goes out, and it's 40-30. There's no shot, chat. You're an expert gambler. Ah, 40-30. 40-30. As Lehecka serves. As Lehecka holds. 4-3. Medvedev with a volley. That's strange. And then a second volley, and then Bublik puts it away anyway. Love 15. Cam, do you think Bublik is one of those players with Grand Slam potential if they had more conducive mindset, or is it just hard to tell? I think the reason... Look, Bublik is a threat at slams, but I don't think he can play 5-setters for 7 matches in a row. That's the problem. He's got the same... It's probably a similar... I mean, look, Kyrgios and Bublik are very similar, right? Can they win tournaments? Like, they're so similar in just how they play, but also they're similar how they go about tennis, right? Can Bublik have a great week and win a 500 tournament? Yeah, he's done it before and he can do it again right now. Kyrgios did the same thing. Kyrgios could be great for a week and knock out Nadal and Federer and Djokovic and everyone in a span of a week. But can he do it over 2 weeks at a slam? He almost did at Kyrgios, but Bublik's in that same thing. It's like, well, can Bublik concentrate for 2 weeks? That's the problem. And play at that level for 2 weeks. That's the hard part for him. He might be able to beat Draper, right? But then the next match he played against Sinner, he had no chance at the French, right? But can Bublik play 7 matches over 2 weeks, best of 5 sets? Because even in best of 5, he'll have a set where he'll just like disappear, right? So I feel like he could definitely go on a run, but I don't think he wins a slam just because of those things. Can he win a 1,000? Well, they're getting harder to win because they're 2 weeks now, right? But he can definitely have a great week. We've seen it. Him and Kyrgios have had great weeks where they'll go on all-time runs. This is one of those weeks for Bublik, right? Where he's beaten, crazy names and he's gone on a run. And Kyrgios has done the same in Acapulco. He a few years back. Went on a run, beat Zverev in the final, I think it was. A great run, But to do that in a slam when you have a day off in between and you got to play 5 setters, it's totally different for these kind of guys to keep that concentration. So I think Bublik could have he's a threat for sure. But can he win a slam? Probably not, just because I don't know if the concentration would be there over 2 weeks. You know, he could definitely take some scalps though, right? He could, if he plays against a top 10 guy in the first week, that guy's going to be sweating, right? Whoever it is next week at Wimbledon, when he plays, you know, when the draw comes out, whoever he's got to play the third round against, it might be Alcaraz, might be Sinner, might be Djokovic, might be Draper. Those guys are going to be freaking out because you don't want to play this guy in the first week of a slam. That's when he's going to do the worst damage, right? But when we get to the second week, quarterfinals, semifinals, I think players would like their chances against Bublik, or at least like the chances of not having to play Bublik. Because the more matches between Bublik and yourself, the more chances he might have to lose, you know, and not play you. Like, I mean, Bublik could make a semi, but again, Bublik's way scarier in the first week. Much scarier in the first week. Alcaraz holds, by the way, 4-all. Does that make sense? That makes sense? Kind of like Kyrgios, right? Kyrgios' best wins were the first week of Grand Slams, right? He's made the quarterfinals a bunch, but his best results, when he beat Nadal, was in the first week of Wimbledon. When he's beaten other guys, it's been in the first week of Wimbledon. Or the first week of a slam, right? He'll knock out the guys in the first week. The second week, though, that's when it gets a little tricky. Same with, like, I think he beat Djokovic in, like, the first week. Like, the first 2 times he beat him in, like, the third round. You know, so that's, you know, again, much scarier Kyrgios in the first week of these 2-week events. But when we get the longer it goes, the harder it is for them to maintain the level and the concentration. And I think Bublik's in that same category, right? But again, if it's a 1-week event, they could win any of these 1-week events. They're so scary. As we've seen Bublik this week. You know, Bublik beat Draper technically was it week 1 of the slam or was it on the Monday? I can't remember. But then once we got to week 2, you know, he lost to Sinner pretty easily. You know, but he beat Sinner this week. Again, you don't want to play Bublik in the first week. Bublik with a smash. Medvedev in the net. 1-all in the second. Yeah, Kyrgios has had runs in at Washington a lot as well. You're right. Again, 1 week 500 events. You know, killed it. Bublik's in that same. It feels like Bublik's in that same sort of thing. You know, in a 1 week event, they could go on a tear. But then when you put it over 2 weeks with a day off in between, the momentum stops. You know, they can't kind of have a day off and then come back and then do it again. You know, that seems to be the problem. If Grand Slams didn't have days off, maybe they could win. You know, go through, you know, and rip through it. But when you got those, you know, those days off, that's when it seems to be an issue. You know, maybe that's the issue. You know, you beat somebody and then you have a day off. You go do whatever you want on that day off, and then you got to play tennis again. Whereas when you got to play tennis every day, maybe that's the momentum stays a bit longer. I don't know. You'll have to ask him. Anyways, 5-4, Lehecka. He stays in front. And Kyrgios is still playing. He had to pull out of Wimbledon, though, because of an injury. But he is still playing. As Bublik hits a return on the line. Love 30. Love 30. Medvedev serves. Medvedev serves. And the return goes nowhere. 15-30. Yeah. Come here. Come here. Hello. Come on. All right. 15-40. Bublik a chance to break. 15-40, Medvedev serves. A fault. A second serve. Second serve, Medvedev's an ace. All right, 30-40, 1 saved. Do you expect Alcaraz to be number 1 at the end of the year? No, I expect Sinner to be number 1. All right, 30-40. As Medvedev serves another ace. All right, we get the deuce. What's up? Alcaraz serving to stay in the set. Bublik's ranking will be top 30, I think, after this week. If he wins, he'll be in the top 30. All right, Lehecka wins the first point, love 15. As we're slicing out of the front of Medvedev. 4 now from Bublik. Into the front of Medvedev, but Bublik hit it long. And it's advantage Medvedev. Love 15 as we're back and return out of the forehand of Alcaraz. Alcaraz in the net, love 30. Chance for Lehecka to steal the set here. Love 30. Medvedev trying to stay in front in the second set. Medvedev double faults though, and we get back to deuce. Great serve Alcaraz, 15-30. You right, Mia? You right? So, okay. 15-30. Alcaraz serves again. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Seven to the front of Lehecka. Return goes to the front of Alcaraz. And Alcaraz hits a winner, 30-all. Medvedev with another ace, by the way. Advantage Medvedev. All. Medvedev gets the game. He goes up to 2-1. And Alcaraz with a great serve out wide. 40-30. You're sleepy, man. You sleepy? Hey? 40-30. What's wrong? 40-30. Alcaraz to level the first set. And he does with a winner. It's 5-all. Whee! 5-5. Oh, where you go? All right. 5-5. Alcaraz, good fight back from love 30 down. All right. What's my lunch? It's midnight, so nothing. All right, 5-5 as Lehecka serves. As return goes back of Alcaraz. 4 from Lehecka. Alcaraz 4 on the stretch. And Lehecka 4 down the middle. Alcaraz 4 cross off the tape, but doesn't go over. 15 love. All right, 15 all. Alcaraz wins a point. $15 all. Serve again. As Lehecka hits the drop shot, Alcaraz gets with the slice. And Lehecka hits it to the volley, but Alcaraz' volley goes wide. And it's 30-15. 30-15. Lehecka serves again. 30-15. As the return goes in from Alcaraz. And Lehecka hits it out. 30-all. Chance for Alcaraz to break here. The return goes back to Lehecka. Lehecka hits it out. 30-40. Break point for Alcaraz. 30-40. All right, 30-40. Lehecka serves. A fault. Second serve. Serve to the forehand of Alcaraz. Return the forehand of Lehecka. Alcaraz backhand. To the backhand of Lehecka. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Lehecka into the net. There's the break. 6-5. 6-5. Alcaraz will serve for the set. Do you think Fritz or Draper can win Wimbledon? Sure. All right. 6-5. Alcaraz will serve for the set. By the way, these matches start at the exact same time. Just saying. They start at the same time. 2-all. Bublik in the second. He holds. All right, Alcaraz serving for the first. All right, Medvedev serving at 2-0 in the second. Love 15. All right. 6-5. Alcaraz serving for the set. Serves an ace. 15 love. Serving the backhand of Lehecka. Great return winner from Lehecka. 15-all. Great backhand winner. 15-all. So Medvedev 40-15 as he looks to stay in front in the second. 15-all. Alcaraz gets to 30-15. As Medvedev hits it long, 40-30. Alcaraz serves. The backhand Lehecka. He puts in there. 40-15. Alcaraz to take the first set. Medvedev leads 3-2 in the second. All right, 40-15. Alcaraz, 2 set points to take the first set. Alcaraz with the serve. It's a fault. Second serve. Serve in the forehand. Lehecka hits a wide. Alcaraz takes the first set, 7-5. All right. Pretty straightforward. All right. Hey, thank you, Nits, for the $20 super sticker. Appreciate that. Didn't need to do that. That's very generous. We all yawned when you yawned. Well, that's too bad. You should have more self-control. Thanks, Kat, for always being such a hardworking streamer of these games. No worries. Appreciate the $20. That was very nice of you. All right, first set, 11 winners, 12 errors from Alcaraz. 8 winners and 16 errors from Lehecka. So Alcaraz playing pretty well. He's playing all right. Lehecka's not playing great. Quality's not the best, but it's close, and that's all we can ask for. All right. 3-2 Medvedev in the second. Bublik to serve. That was your fault. All right. Bublik serves. Bublik with the serve. Serve is a fault. Second serve. Double fault. Love 15. Love 15. As the return goes into the forehand of Bublik. Bublik hits a winner. 15 all. As Bublik with a good serve down the tee. 30-15. Thank you, Baby Step, for the $2.
For me. Loving the matches today. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Robin, for the $2. All right, 30-15. $30-15. All right, 40-15. Bublik to level the second. 40-15. As with a drop shot from Bublik, Medvedev gets it. Lob by Bublik is too short. Medvedev puts it away. 40-30. Also 30 love Lehecka, first game of the second. All right, 40-30. Medvedev returns into the forehand of Lehecka. Lehecka in the net. And it's Bublik in the net. Deuce. Lehecka holds one love in the second. All right, 15 love Medvedev. As we're backhand from Lehecka. 15 love Alcaraz. Lehecka forehand again at the front of Alcaraz. Down the line's a winner. 30 love. 30 love. And Medvedev comes in with a swing volley, but he overhits it. I think, yep, 15-30. Bublik a chance to break in the second. 15-30. Medvedev serves again. As Medvedev gets the 30-all. All right, 40 love by Alcaraz, by the way. Made that 40-15 as Bublik comes in for a drop shot and hits it in the net. 40-30 Medvedev. All right, 40-15, second serve. Into the backhand of Lehecka. Backhand again goes in the backhand of Alcaraz on the stretch. Lehecka comes in with a drop volley winner, 40-30. Medvedev double faults to get the deuce. Advantage Medvedev. As Bublik comes to the net. Medvedev with the pass. Bublik with the drop volley. Winner. Back to deuce. And Bublik's won a bunch of titles, including winning Halle before. All right, Alcaraz holds. 1-1 in the second. All right, advantage Bublik to break in this second set. He's already got the first set in his pocket. As Medvedev serves into the backhand of Bublik. Bublik in the net, back to deuce. As Medvedev serves an ace, advantage Medvedev. Stay in front. All right, nice shot from Medvedev. He stays in front. In the second set. All right. All right, 40-30. Lehecka same front in the second set. Good serve. 2-1. Lehecka leads in the second. All right. All right. Kessler serving for the title against Jastrzębska. Nice. All right. All right. 15 love Bublik. As he serves again. Serve is a let. Sorry, fault. Second serve. Serve in the forehand of Medvedev. Return goes into the forehand of Bublik. Drop shot's good. Medvedev gets it. Bublik volleys it away. 30 love. Love. Alcaraz Bublik on grass will be interesting. Yeah, for sure. All right. Looks like it's going to rain in the UK. Medvedev serves. Into the forehand of Bublik. Return goes out. And it's 15 love. One hour played in the Medvedev match, by the way. So quick. Medvedev serves a fault second serve. Ace out wide. Alcaraz goes to 2-0. There's Medvedev. Serves and Bublik hits a great winner to get to 15-0. All right, 2 games all in the second. Medvedev trying to keep the lead in his match. 30-15. Medvedev serves. Into the forehand of Bublik. Return goes into the forehand of Medvedev. Bublik backhand. Boris Becker looks old. Yeah, that's what happens when you get old. When you time passes and then you look older. That's how life is. That's how life works, I think. It's 5-4. How old's Boris Becker? Boris Becker is 57 years old. He looks like a 57-year-old to me. 5-4. Medvedev holds. He's nearly 60. He looks older than his age. He's nearly 60. He looks fine to me. I don't think he looks any and it's 40 love. Strange things to say. Ah, 40 love is Lehecka to stay in front. 7 to the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand of Lehecka to the backhand of Alcaraz is Lehecka backhand again. The backhand of Alcaraz. Drop shot. Lehecka gets it, but it's in the net. And it's 4-15. Lehecka to stay in front. As Lehecka gets a lovely volley winner, and he goes 3-2 in the second. All right, 3-2 in the second, Lehecka. Bublik serving to stay in the second. All right. Love 15. Chance for Medvedev to steal this set, perhaps. All right, 15-0. I've got a slice from Bublik. And then eventually Bublik hits in there. Medvedev gets to 15-30, a chance to take this break and take the set. All right, 15-30. As the return goes into the forehand of Bublik. And Bublik hits a winner, 30-0. All right. We get to deuce as Bublik tries to keep this second set going. All right, advantage Bublik. Good serve. As with a serve. Into the backhand of Medvedev. Return goes into the backhand of Bublik. Medvedev backhand off the tape. Does not go over. And it's 5-all in the second. 5-all. All right. 3-all. Lehecka serving. As Lehecka serves 15-all. Out wide the back. Forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Lehecka. It's a winner, 30-15. All right, 30-15. As Lehecka... Sorry, Bublik hits a forehand winner and it's 15-all. All right, Bublik 15-all. Great forehand winner. Medvedev serves. Into the forehand of Bublik and then Medvedev puts it away. 30-15. 30-15. As Bublik hits a return out. 40-15. Oh no, it hit the line. Sorry. Bublik hit it in. I thought Medvedev reacted like it was out. I don't know what happened. All right, 30-all. Bublik, a chance to get the break here and then serve for the title. Yeah, Medvedev reacted like it was out. All right, 30-all. Medvedev serves an ace, 40-30. 40-30. And Medvedev serves another fault, second serve. Lehecka holds, by the way, and so does Medvedev. And they both lead in the second sets. All right. All right. All right. Here we go. Lehecka's up 4-3 in the second. Medvedev is up 6-5 in the second of his match. Ah. Bublik serves the fault. Second serve. Bublik serves again. Well, Alcaraz gets the 30 love. Bublik serves the backhand. Medvedev return goes into the forehand of Bublik. Oh, it's a smash. He puts it away. 15 love. Love. Bublik serves again, a fault. Second serve. As Bublik serves the backhand of Medvedev. Slice from Bublik is a drop shot. Medvedev gets it, but no, he didn't get there. 30 love. Now it goes, by the way, 30-15. 30 love. As we back in from Bublik down the line, 40 love. Alcaraz holds, by the way, 4-4. As Bublik serves to take us to a tiebreak. Serves a fault. Second serve. Double fault. 40-15. Serve out wide is another fault. Second serve. Serve to the forehand of Medvedev. Volley from Bublik is good. Medvedev gets it though and hits a passing shot. I think he hit it out. He did. Tiebreak. Who's winning the tiebreak, chat? Let me know who you got winning this tiebreak. Can Medvedev take us to a third? As Alcaraz forehand down the line goes wide and it's 15 love. By the way, Alcaraz and Lehecka have caught up when it comes to the score lines. They're slowly catching up. All right. 1 love Medvedev. Takes the first point of the tiebreak. As Medvedev gets the mini break. 2 love. Bublik losing the point. 2 love. As Bublik serves again. Medvedev wasn't ready. Bublik's going to have to serve again. Also 30-15 Lehecka. Bublik serves down the tee. An ace. 2-1 Medvedev. With the mini break. 2-1. Also 40-15 Lehecka to stay in front in the second. Medvedev 3-1. And another good serve. As we just smash from Medvedev. Bublik gets it back. Medvedev with a half volley pickup winner. 4-1 Medvedev in this tiebreak. Only 1 mini break though. But 4-1. As Medvedev returns in the net 4-2, they change ends. And Alcaraz, by the way, gets the deuce. He doesn't want to play a third set. All right. Nice hitting from Lehecka. And he gets to advantage to stay in front and keep this match going. All right. Advantage Lehecka. Serves a fault second serve. Also, Bublik stays close, 4-3. Medvedev's got the mini break, though. As Medvedev serves in the corner, Bublik return is in, but Medvedev's serve was not. All right, Lehecka stays in front, 5-4 in the second. As the return goes in the back end of Medvedev, Medvedev in the net, we're back on serve, 4-4. Bublik is 3 points away from winning this title. And capping off what's been a crazy month of tennis for him. And we'll talk about if he does win this match, what he's done. Because he hasn't just beaten Sinner. It's been more impressive than just that. Back into backhand rally. As Medvedev again with the backhand. Into the backhand of Bublik. Again, the backhand of Medvedev, who hits it down the line wide. Bublik's going to serve for this match, 5-4. He's got the mini break now and he leads, and he's got 2 serves to come. 5-4 Bublik. By the way, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to like the video. We're almost at 500 likes. Appreciate that. 5-4 Bublik. As Bublik serves. Bublik with a serve. As the return goes in the backhand of Bublik. Medvedev on the stretch. Bublik with a drop volley winner. Championship points for Alexander Bublik to take the trophy and cap off what's been an amazing week. Advantage Bublik. Boris Becker's on his feet. He loves it. Is he giving the trophy up? All right, 6-4. To beat Medvedev for the first time as well, because he's never done that before. And to put another trophy in his cabinet. He's seated at Wimbledon after this week as well, which is a great bonus as he serves. Out wide, Medvedev returns, and that goes long. Bublik wins. And he breaks down in tears. Bublik does. He's just on the ground. He caps off an amazing week after an amazing French Open run that nobody thought was possible. He is playing ridiculous tennis at the moment, and he's about to go to Wimbledon with he's the scariest man at Wimbledon. Vondrousova and Bublik are the 2 scariest players going to London next week. Nobody wants to play them. You want to avoid them at all costs. But Bublik caps off another amazing week with a title. Now, let me tell you what Bublik's been up to, because you might be going, well, Cam, where the hell has this come from? Well, who cares where it's come from? It's happening. So over the last, and it's gone all the way back to Turin, where he played a challenger and he won that challenger. So this has been going on since Rome. So since Rome, he lost in Rome to Casper Ruud. He's pretty good on clay, just saying. Then he won an event in Turin. He lost first round Hamburg to Pirikar. He lost the quarterfinals to Sinner at the French. And now he's won this title. So in the last month? Thereabouts, right? About the last month of tennis, he's been ridiculous. So since when? Yeah, so since the start of May, he has now gone on and won. He has now gone on and won 14 out of 16 matches. And that includes clay. So he's gone on and won 14 out of 16. He's 14 wins, 2 losses in the last month. 2 titles, a quarterfinal at the Slam as well. He's beaten De Minaur, who was 9 in the world at the time. He's beaten Draper, of course. He's beaten Sinner this week. He's beaten Medvedev, who's this far out of the top 10. He's also beaten Mahach, Hashanov, as well, who are top 30 guys. Muller, who's in top 40. Also beat Echeverry on clay. That's not a bad win. So he's been ridiculous, Bublik. Ridiculous. And now he's seated at Wimbledon after all of that. So there you go. That is how Bublik has been going on. And the man he's the scariest man going to London. If you want to play Bublik, you're a psycho. Nobody wants to play Bublik. You want to see him on the other side of the draw as far away as possible. Nobody wants to play this guy. All right. Now, if you want to keep watching Alcaraz, jump on over. We're going to keep watching this Alcaraz match, which might finish soon because it is coming to its conclusion. Or it could at least be a third set, maybe, as Lehecka gets a backhand winner. It's 30-15. But great win for Bublik. Caps off what's been an amazing month and deserves the title. I think we all agree. Finally beats Medvedev. He's now not lost to any of the other Russians. I think he's beaten every Russian player he's played. I think that's what he was saying in the press conference yesterday. And he takes out Medvedev to finish that off and finish off a great week. Beat Sinner, beat Medvedev. And now is a seed at Wimbledon. And we'll see how he does there. Also, he's supposed to play next week, but I don't think that'll happen. But he beats Medvedev in straights. Keep watching Alcaraz if you want. Come on over. All right. What a victory. All right, let's see what Alcaraz can do here. If Lehecka can make it a third set. 7 to the back of Alcaraz. Backhand now is out by Alcaraz, and it's 6-5. Lehecka in the second. Alcaraz going to serve to get to a tiebreak. All right. All right, Lehecka with the lead. All right. Okay. Feel bad for Daniil, still no title. Yeah, but I mean, he's coming up against someone who's been playing ridiculous tennis. So he beats Zverev, though, Medvedev, so he's got to feel pretty good about himself. You know, he did beat Medi. He did beat Zverev, which is a huge win. Sacha's saying he nearly quit tennis after Wimbledon last year. He's stunned. Okay. All right, 6-5. Alcaraz serving to stay in the set. And Alcaraz serves the fault. Second serve. Double fault from Alcaraz. Love 15. Love 15. Love 15. Serving to the forehand of Lehecka. Back in Alcaraz. The back in Lehecka. Lehecka in the net. 15 all. Serve out wide from Alcaraz. An ace. 30-15. $30-15. There's a bit of fault. Second serve. As return goes in the forehand of Lehecka. Forehand from Alcaraz again. The forehand of Lehecka. As Alcaraz backhand to the volley of Lehecka. Alcaraz gets there, but he can't do anything with it. 30 all. 30 all. 30 all. $30 all. There's a bit of fault from Alcaraz. Second serve. Serving the forehand of Lehecka. Great return. Alcaraz gets it back, but Lehecka hits it out. Bad miss. Bad miss. Bad miss by Lehecka. Okay. Serve again. Alcaraz gets a time violation, which seems to be standard these days. 40-30. Take us to a tiebreak in the second. All right, serve. Into the backhand is a let. 40-30. As he serves another let. Serve again. Is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Someone in the crowd keeps making noise, by the way. Alcaraz is like, what are you doing? 40-30. Serving the forehand of Lehecka. Backhand for Alcaraz. Into the forehand of Lehecka. Alcaraz backhand slice. Goes wide and we get to deuce. This crowd won another set. We get to deuce. Time violations are annoying. Yeah. All right, we go to deuce. All right, first serve is a fault, second serve. As a return goes out by Lehecka. Advantage Alcaraz. Please don't put scores in the chat. All right, advantage Alcaraz. For a second set tiebreak. Serve is a fault. Second serve. Serve to the back into Lehecka. Lehecka in the net. All right. Who you got, chat? Tiebreak, second set. Can Alcaraz finish it in straights? Or can Lehecka force a third? Okay. Here we go. Lehecka serving first. Into the backhand of Alcaraz, but it's called a fault. Second serve. Serve to the front of Alcaraz. Return is wide. Good body serve on the second serve. One zero. Alcaraz to serve. As he serves. To the backhand of Lehecka. Forehand from Alcaraz to the backhand of Lehecka. As Alcaraz's backhand goes wide. 2-love Lehecka. To love. As Alcaraz serves an ace. And he's on the board. 2-1 Lehecka. Great serve out wide. 3-1 Lehecka. Three-one. As Lehecka serves again. Into the front of Alcaraz. To the backhand of Lehecka. Alcaraz backhand to the front of Lehecka. Into the front of Alcaraz, who hits it down the line of the backhand slice. Lehecka. Lehecka in the net. We're back on serve. 3-2. Alcaraz gets the mini break back. All right. 3-2. Three, 2. 3-2. Alcaraz serves. We're back on serve. All right. Lehecka hits a winner, and it's mini break again. 4-2. 4-2. 4-2 Lehecka. All right, 4-2. As we had a fault from Alcaraz, second serve. Seven the corner, Lehecka. Volley from Alcaraz down the line is too good. And Lehecka still has a mini break. But Alcaraz holds the point. As the return goes in the front of Lehecka. Great drop shot. Alcaraz gets there. Lehecka goes down the line. Alcaraz going to get there with a backhand lob. It goes in. Lehecka's in big trouble. He puts it in the ground. And Alcaraz points to his ear and the crowd go crazy. 4-0. I mean, Alcaraz, if he didn't do it every single day, we'd be on our feet. But he does that a lot. Crazy. I mean, he does it all the freaking time. It's crazy. He's crazy. It's crazy. 4-0. 4-4. Lehecka serves. Lehecka serves a fault. Second serve. As a return, doesn't come back. Good second serve from Lehecka. 5-4. 5-4 Lehecka. As Alcaraz serves a fault, second serve. Second serve is then Lehecka hits it out on the return eventually. 5-5. All right, chat, we're getting serious now. We're either going to have a match point or a set point. 5-5. It's on Alcaraz's serve. 5-5. As Alcaraz serves a fault. Second serve. Serve in the back of the Lehecka. But it's a double fault. 6-5 Lehecka. Lehecka to take us to a third. Good serve. We're going 3. Wow. We're going 3. Lehecka survives. We're going 3. Man, double fault was the difference. Lehecka takes the second. Okay. We're going 3. Second set, by the way, was very high quality. 16 winners, 10 errors from Lehecka. 13 winners, 8 errors from Alcaraz. But the only error that mattered was the double fault. And that was the difference. Here we go, 3. We're going 3! Woo! Please stop spamming. All right. Scripted match. Hey, brother. All right. Okay. Here we go. Alcaraz 7 first, the final set. 1 set to decide the title. All right, 15 love. Alcaraz wins the first point of the final set. Yeah, Lehecka did beat Alcaraz in Doha at the start of the year. As a return goes the net from Lehecka. 30 love. As Alcaraz serves again. An ace, 40 love. All right, Alcaraz holds, 1 love. All right, 1 love Alcaraz in the final set. All right, 15 love. As we serve again. Serve it wide from Lehecka because of fault. Second serve. As Lehecka goes down the line, Alcaraz in the net, 30 love. Love. Yeah, Bublik will be seated at Wimbledon. He will be seated. Even if he lost today, he would have been seeded. All right, 30 love. Serve out wide. The return goes short. There's Alcaraz forehand. Then the volley from Lehecka. And Alcaraz slicing the net. 40 love. $40 love. Cam's so happy today, he must have reset his router a while ago. Ha 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 ha. What? Bublik had to win to be seeded? No, that's not true. Oh, well, I don't think so, because Ruud and Feast pulled out. So maybe at the start of the week they were saying that, but he didn't have to win to be seeded. Had he have lost the final, I think he still would have got seeded because of all the withdrawals. Because Korda, Feast, and Ruud have all pulled out. So he would have got, I think he was 35 in the live rankings before the start of the day, and now he's 30. So I think he would have been seeded anyway. I think. At least this morning I saw that he was number 30 or number 32 seed. Yeah, he would have been 35, but then 3 players withdrew, so then he would have been 32. But maybe like a couple of days ago, before Feast and Ruud withdrew, then yeah, he had to win the title. But today, he didn't have to win the title today. So yeah, maybe yesterday they said that, but today, and they would have been right because Ruud hadn't pulled out yet. But today he didn't have to win the title today because Ruud pulled out and Feast pulled out. Anyways, volley in the net from Alcaraz, and it's love 15. What happened to Korda? Korda got surgery. Something. I can't remember what it was. I saw a photo. I can't remember exactly, though. But Korda got surgery. Love 15. By the way, if Lehecka wins this, he'll be the number 23 seed. Sorry, he'll be number 20th seed? Possibly? Maybe? 15 all? Which is not it's not a big deal, but, you know, it's all right. I mean, being higher seeded is fun. Seeds are confirmed after today, yes. I think so. Maybe. 30-15. Serve to the back end of Lehecka. Lehecka gets out. 40-15. As Lehecka hits a shot down the line, but Alcaraz volleys it away. 2-1 Alcaraz in the second. The third. All right, 2-1 in the third. All right. Alcaraz for the lead. 2-1 final set. It's 8:30 in India. Nice. All right. Alcaraz has a big chance of winning this set to have served first in the third. Yeah, for sure. That definitely helps. Is Lehecka the most consistent player from the Czech Republic camp or Mensik? I mean, Lehecka, I think. Mensik has obviously won Miami, but what else has he done lately? Whereas Lehecka seems to be like... I think Lehecka, even though he hasn't done well at slams, he has lost to like Djokovic and Sinner, and he's lost to. I think Lehecka's more consistent right now, even though he has that big trophy, Mensik. All right, you predicted Nole to win Wimbledon this year. What do you think now, Cam? I think Sinner will win. I picked Nole because I thought Sinner would be banned for 6 months. And he wouldn't play Wimbledon. But he was only banned for 3. And now with Sinner, I think he's going to win Wimbledon, yeah. I'm going to probably stick with that. But when the draw comes out, I'll make an actual decision because I feel like this Wimbledon, with the men and the women, definitely with the ladies, it depends on the draw. Big time. Big time draw. And look, maybe Alcaraz is the favorite, but I think Sinner, depends on who gets the worst draw. More so, who gets Draper in the semis? That's a big decision. And then who does Djokovic play in the quarterfinals? So let's say Alcaraz gets Draper in the semis, Djokovic in the quarters, I'll probably go Sinner. But if Sinner gets that draw, then I might go Alcaraz, right? So. And then you've also got to talk about, Bublik. Where's he fall in the draw? Who's going to be the third round opponent for, is it going to be Sinner or Alcaraz? Bublik third round, maybe? Who gets that? I mean, that's tough. So, yeah. It's between Alcaraz and Sinner, and the winner, whoever gets the better draw, I'll pick, probably. 15-40, Alcaraz with break points here to break in the third. As Alcaraz returns, back into Lehecka. Alcaraz with the lob. Lehecka with the volley. But Alcaraz slipped over and he couldn't return it. 30-40. All right, Alcaraz breaks. Lovely hitting. And Lehecka gets a little pissed off that he wasn't able to do anything with that. But Alcaraz breaks. 3-1 final set. All right, Alcaraz to serve with a break in the final set. As it a forehand from Lehecka, the backhand of Alcaraz. Lehecka with a volley. He's out. 15-love. All right, serve again. Alcaraz with a slice in the net. 15-all. Alcaraz serves again. So the forehand of Lehecka. Alcaraz sliced it back. Lehecka backhand. Alcaraz passing shot. Lehecka hits it in the net. 30-15. 30-15. All right, Alcaraz 40-15. Good serving. Alcaraz serves the fault. Second serve. Seven to the forehand of Lehecka. Back into Alcaraz. The back of Lehecka. Into the back of Alcaraz. As Alcaraz slices it back. Lehecka with a slice as well. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Lehecka backhand slice again. Alcaraz slice goes again. The backhand slice of Lehecka. As Alcaraz slices again. Lehecka with a slice again. To the slice of Alcaraz. Lehecka backhand slice again in the net. Alcaraz wins a slice off. And it's 4-1. In the final set, Alcaraz. Alcaraz leads. All right, 4-1. Ah, 4-1 Alcaraz in the third. All right. All right. Hurkacz is a positive head-to-head against 35 of the 39 players ranked above him. Wow, that's crazy. All right, Alcaraz hits it out, and it's 15 love. All right, 15 love. As Lehecka serves. A fault. Second serve. As we return now from Alcaraz into the forehand of Lehecka. Alcaraz back and pass. Lehecka volley in the net. 15-0. As Lehecka serves. 15-0. Serve the back end of Alcaraz. Return the forehand of Lehecka. He puts it away. 30-15. What will it take for Alcaraz to be number one? I think it would take Sinner losing early at the US Open. And maybe not winning the ATP finals. Like, at least those two things. First, Sinner has to lose, and then Alcaraz has to also win where he didn't last year. 30-15. As it a forehand in the net from Lehecka. 30-0. 30-0. Lehecka serves again. As the return goes out by Alcaraz, and it's 40-30. As Lehecka holds 4-2 Alcaraz final set. All right. As Alcaraz with a big serve, 15-love. All right. 30-love. Alcaraz in the front of Lehecka. Volley Alcaraz too good. 40-love. Love. All right, Alcaraz holds 5-2 in the final set. All right, Lehecka's going to serve to stay in the match. Your energy seems low today. Any reason? I'm just tired. I'm just chilling. It's been a long few months. You look bored today? No, I'm just chilling. It's been a long, like I said, long few months. Day in, day out streaming takes its toll. We've got another week, next week of streaming with nothing, and there's no break, no days off. So, yeah. Please tell chatters that when you give them your opinion on any player, you are giving it based on professional tennis expert. That's not true. I'm a professional tennis fan. I'm not an expert, so I'm not a fan. I'm not a professional, so I'm just watch a lot more tennis than the average person. That's the only thing I have. Am I going to Wimbledon? Hell no. I live in Australia. There's no chance. All right. Lehecka serving to stay in the match. That's why you look knackered. Too much tennis. It's just been a lot of stress the last couple of months. On and off stream, so it's just been a lot to do. It's been a very long 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 12 months. All right, 15-love. And then you get people coming in that said, "Thank you for agreeing that Alcaraz should be tested." See, like, and then I got to deal with that shit. So that's fun. With people, morons coming in here being like, Alcaraz is doing something dodgy or something. Like, imagine you went to work every day and there was just like one customer that came in and just talked shit for no reason. And you're just like, oh God, that guy's back. you know. But have that like times like 100. Or times, maybe not 100. There's not 100 of those. Times like 5 or 10 every day. It kind of grinds you down, you know, wears you down. This guy's still going on, test him. Why don't you shut up? You test him. Why don't you get tested? 15:30. You know what I mean, chat? Just like, bro, I'm tired, man. Shut up. 15:30. Alcaraz is 2 points away from winning. As the return goes in, the forehand of Lehecka. Alcaraz to the forehand to the backhand of Lehecka. And the back of Alcaraz. Lehecka backhand down the line. Alcaraz with the forehand cross. Lehecka down the line. Alcaraz gets with the backhand. And then a forehand winner inside out Alcaraz. He's got championship points. 2 championship points to take the win. To take the win. All right. 15:40. Championship points, Carlos. Serve. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Return goes in the back of Lehecka. Alcaraz backhand. Into the backhand of Lehecka. Who hits it in the net. Carlos wins. He wins Queens Club. All right. And he is definitely the favourite for Wimbledon. There's no doubt about it. I wouldn't say he's the clear favourite. I think Sinner's still in the conversation, but the guy that's won 2 Wimbledons in a row and just won Queens Club, I mean, you got to say this guy is the best player on grass at the moment, the most likely to win the championships at Wimbledon, especially considering he's on some crazy win streak as well. He's lost 1 match in the last forever. You know, it's crazy. Test him immediately, bro. Give it up. You're just boring everybody, mate. Come on now, get a new joke or get a new line. You know what I mean? Test him. Just come on, man. Come up with something else. All right. GG's. Alcaraz gets the win. He runs away with the third. By the way, he went to Ibiza and he still won. So, all right. Who you got, OKC or Pacers? Why are you asking me questions I don't know the answers to? Come on now. How can you be so good on all surfaces so early in your career? It's called natural talent. People are born with it. All right, Alcaraz writing random shit on the screen, so that's cool. What the hell does it mean? You just write yes? Oh, you just write yes. Yes! All right, chat. If you're leaving, don't forget to sub on the way out. What's the normal price for a ticket? I have no idea. Been driving to a tennis match listening? No worries. Thank you, Bradley, for joining. Safe drive. Alcaraz is amazing. He sure is. He sure is. Alcaraz unbeatable? Pretty much.
LFG Carlos. So happy to see him winning. The dude got so much crap after that loss in Miami, and it puts a smile on face to see him do so well. The serve was amazing today. Thanks, Cam.
Yeah, he served 18 aces today. That's crazy. And didn't face a break point on serve. That's over 3 sets. That's impressive. Alcaraz, I think he's won 5 titles this year. So, yeah. Yeah, Alcaraz is not playing next week. He's taking the week off. So next week. Next week. Fucking next week. It never ends! It never ends! We're watching Badenberg. We're watching Eastbourne. It never ends. In fact, Badenberg started today. I think Swiatek plays tomorrow, so... No, she can't play tomorrow because she doesn't have an opponent, so she'll play on Tuesday. Osaka might play tomorrow against Danilovic, so that's something to watch. Eastbourne, probably Eala, maybe Raducanu. Jaber's also playing. Kenin. Some interesting... Oh, Krejcikov is playing too. So that's fun. ATP, maybe Fonseca, playing in Eastbourne. Fonseca Fritz second round would be fun. We'll probably watch that if it happens. Berg's Fonseca first round, man. Other than that, though, I really don't want to watch that much next week because I want to just get ready for Wimbledon. But the tennis god said, no. You shut up and watch all the matches. Next week, Cam, take a long vacation. Bro, if I went on vacation next week, I wouldn't come back. I don't think I'd come back. So I can't have a vacation next week. I thought you were taking a week off before Wimbledon. Yeah, I was until everybody decided to play. So now it's like, we gotta watch them. I'll take a vacation after Wimbledon. I don't get vacations. I get 3 days off. Maybe, if I'm lucky. I don't even want to know how many days in a row I've streamed, but it's been a couple. I think we took 1 day off in the last couple of weeks. But yeah, we're not watching... I don't want to watch... I only want to watch players that we have to watch. And Badenberg has those players. Especially Swiatek. I want to watch Swiatek. We have to watch her. We haven't watched her. Yeah, Rude's out of Wimbledon. He withdrew. See, I don't know what we're watching, but we're probably doing something tomorrow. I'd be shocked if we had a day off tomorrow. Yeah, I'd be surprised if tomorrow there was nothing. Will you survive if you don't stream for a week? Yeah. It's not so much it's just not streaming this week is the plan was not to... I don't like streaming before the week of a slam because we can get ready for the slam, but when Djokovic plays in Geneva or when Swiatek plays in Badenberg, we got to stream it because we have to watch those players play, you know. Ideally, the week before a slam, nobody plays, but unfortunately, these days, everybody plays. So we'll watch what we watch this week. It won't be a big week, so I don't want anyone coming in saying, "Can we watch Fritz? Can we watch Shelton? Can we watch Tommy Paul? Can we watch every person in the planet?" No. I'm going to just pick a handful of players that we watch, and then when they lose, we won't watch them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we'll watch this player, this player, this player, this player, this player, and that's it. We're not watching the whole tournament unless those players are involved. Because I've also got to get ready for Wimbledon, you know? Prepare for that. We've got to do stuff for that too. So I'm not going to watch and I don't want to watch ATP this week. I just want to Really, just want to watch one tournament. That'd be awesome, but we'll see what happens. Yep, Wimbledon starts in a week. This time next week, Wimbledon will be starting, or at least almost this time next week. Is the schedule out for tomorrow? Do we actually know what's happening tomorrow, or do we not know yet? Okay, so we do know what's happening. So Osaka's playing... Oh, okay, cool. So Osaka's playing third match of center court. So we've got her on the card. That's cool. So Osaka tomorrow. That's good. So we know that. Cool. But then Eastbourne. We don't know yet. We don't know. I would guess we'll probably got Eala on tomorrow. But yeah, we'll watch Osaka tomorrow. Take a vacation, you deserve it. Yeah, we're right in the middle of the grass season. There's no vacations during the season, during the grass. Unless I get injured. Get injured and I have to withdraw from the tournaments, I have to watch them. So. And I guess the only injury would be a voice injury. So yeah. But like I said, Chad, once Wimbledon's done, I'm going to be definitely taking a week for sure after Wimbledon. Wake up tomorrow and decide? No, I already know what we're going to watch. I already know who we have to watch or who I want to watch. We're watching Swiatek next week. But once we get to Wimbledon, it'll be easy because at least then we can just focus on one thing. And then once Wimbledon's done, then we can all take a break. Because I'm looking at my schedule. We've been going crazy since the start of April. Like Monte Carlo to now has been non-stop. Which is normal, right? Totally normal. It's not like I didn't expect it. So we had Monte Carlo, Barcelona, Stuttgart, Madrid. These 2-week Masters are the killer. Madrid and Rome, those were the killer. Then we had Geneva with Djokovic, then Roland Garros. Then we had last week we watched the whole first week of the grass because Raducanu played well at Queens Club, so we watched that. And then we watched this week, obviously, has been hectic. And then next week's pretty busy. And then we got Wimbledon. But then after that, it's like, luckily nobody plays Canada. So hopefully after Wimbledon, all the big names go on a 3-week break so we can all have a 3-week break. Is it that tolling to stream? It's not tolling to stream. It's just tolling to keep energy up and be entertaining. That's the hard part. When I'm doing it all night as well, I'm sleeping all day, staying up all night. I've got nothing else done. Like, I might get to go to like thrift once every other day, maybe, but it's just the over time. Like the hours and not every match I can scream my voice out. Otherwise, I won't be able to go very far. Especially when none of us in your time. Yeah, I mean, I'm not complaining. Even if it was in my time zone, it doesn't really make a difference because it's still like, I mean, it looks easy. It definitely looks easy. But it's it's a very high energy, thing to do, streaming. And if it's not natural, and if you go watch the first stream I ever did, you'll know that I don't usually scream and shout in real life. I'm pretty chill and low key, so it does wear you down. I mean, when I'm not streaming, I'm just like quiet. I'm sick of hearing myself. Go camping. Why would I want to go camping? But look, hopefully this week we can have a bit of... I hope next week's a little bit more chill. This week's always busy because there's so many tournaments at the same time. Next week, hopefully it's a little more chilled. Hopefully there's some upsets so we don't have to watch everyone to the end. Hopefully that will help. Hopefully the tennis gods help us out with maybe some upsets so that we can avoid to have to watch stuff. You know, maybe a couple of upsets would help. At least the day before Wimbledon, on the next Sunday, we don't have anything, so that's good. I understand you. I teach, and I'm sure it's similar. Talking all the time? Yeah. I would guess that I'm not a teacher, but I would guess that it would be like teaching for 8 hours a day. Just, yeah. Camping with a friend or two can be fun. It can be fun, but also it's winter, so why would I want to do that? It's freezing. I don't want to go camping in the wind. In winter, I'll pass. But like I said, Jay, we'll get through Wimbledon. Wimbledon will be fun. Like, the energy's high at the Grand Slams. It's a 500 event. We just chilled during 500s anyway. What temperature is freezing? I don't know, just cold. Carlos and Rafa are tied at 4. 4 grass titles. Oh, okay, cool. Most grass titles from a Spanish guy. Nice. All right, chat. I'm out of here. I need to go do stuff before I go do stuff. So, I'm out of here. But thanks for hanging out. Great win by Alcaraz, and he just, man, this guy is ridiculous. We say it every time. He is ridiculous. He is just an insane person. And he keeps winning matches and he keeps winning titles and he doesn't stop. He's just unstoppable, this guy. Name me a player who can stop him. Exactly. He wins again, 7-5, 6-7, 6-2, and he wins his second Queens Club, 4th grass court event at 22. And is now going to play Wimbledon with all the confidence and expectation. We've got to remember that as well. But he loves it. So we'll see how he looks. Next week, like I said, tomorrow we'll be back. Stay tuned for videos during the week if you're not going to watch the streams. But Alcaraz wins. Queen's champion.